find that our customers, a lot of them are in the States, so they're looking at Ulta, they look at Target, and they kind of shop around to see where they can get the best deal. So sometimes the like pushing them to buy quickly works, but I don't think that's going to work this year because I think people are a little bit more conscious where they're putting their money.
Like, we started selling this product out of the trunk of our cars.
Don't be afraid to fail.
Inventory management is about balance.
Get the product out. That's number one.
I've always preached sustainable growth.
So we just started building community.
Look at the data.
Product development is everything.
Yeah, we say we're a brick, click, and pop.
But you have to love what you do.
Hello. We're really excited to have you today. And today's a really awesome day because we have a really special guest speaker joining us today, and it's Laura Woolner. And we've known Laura for some time. And the really exciting part is I know over the speaker series, we've been meeting with merchants and people in the industry from all around North America. But Laura is here right in our very own backyard in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And she does a lot of work with a really awesome e-commerce business called Fancii Co that is also born right here in Edmonton. I know the owner spent a lot of time in Miami, so there's some ties to America as well, of course. But we're speaking with a local friend and a local business. And Laura, thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you for asking me. I'm excited.
Gotcha. And Ivana, of course, everybody probably knows Ivana because Ivana is a co-host and you see her speaking a lot in the group. So let's jump into it. We are going to be diving into some more awesome Black Friday, Cyber Monday stuff to help you get ready as we're only 21 days away. I guess it's 3 weeks from today, Black Friday. So we're ramping up. But before we get into the nitty gritty of what you are doing for Black Friday or your thoughts on Black Friday, Laura, why don't you give us a brief introduction into Fancii Co and explain what your business does?
Yeah, so Fancii Co is an Edmonton-based business. We specialize in beauty tools. Primarily, it was lighted mirrors, and throughout the year, we have brought on a lot more skincare tools, which has been really exciting. One thing that we've been doing a lot this year is kind of taking a different look at the beauty industry in general. I think the industry has a tendency to have a bad rep for being on the vain side of things and, having that idealistic persona of what beauty is. So something that we've been working on this year and next year that's in the works is working with, defining your own version of beauty, but also seeing the humor in when beauty goes wrong. So I think you guys have seen a video that we brought out last month, which was really fun working on. It was about bad beauty lighting and beauty mishaps and how we can find the lighter side in it and kind of celebrate when things maybe don't go the way that we want to. So even though we're a beauty company, we do like to take the humorous route, and that's something that we've been working really hard on.
Excellent. So just so everyone can see here, I just popped your website on here. I thought it would be a good idea just to take a little peek. So has anybody that's joining in seen these beauty mirrors? They're really, really awesome. I think that's even when we're having conversations about your business earlier, Ivana's saying these lights are really great because women can't always put on makeup when they're in a rush. They need really good lighting to make everything even. She kind of had to educate me as a
I gave Scott a 30-second crash course on why this is important.
I got the crash course, and I'm just kind of connecting the dots right now. It's like you're kind of poking fun, Laura, it sounds like, at when beauty goes wrong. And does it usually go wrong when they don't have this kind of awesome lighting?
Yeah, exactly. We created this BBL concept to kind of educate people on why they need the right lighting. When you look at professional makeup artists, they always have their studio lights or their ring lights, and it's not necessarily something that really translated into something you would have at home. So a lot of the all of the mirrors that we developed have this natural daylight LED light around them, so you can see they're all lighted. And it's kind of bringing the professional side of makeup lighting, but in a more consumable version, and bringing it to retail for people to have at home.
Excellent.
And the BBL stands for the bad beauty lighting concept, right?
Yes. BBL is bad beauty lighting, which
I
don't have one of our lighted mirrors.
Yeah, I've been a victim of bad beauty lighting for sure. Sometimes like when you're doing your makeup in your bathroom and you just think it looks so good, and then you see yourself in photos of the same night, and it was like, well, what was I thinking? So I can definitely see the value in this. But I wanted to ask, so I actually watched the advert. I thought it was hilarious. I think you guys did such a great job on it. Where can we see it? Just because I want to share it in the group afterwards and just show people.
Yeah, we have it on our Facebook page. It's also on YouTube as well. So a couple places that you can find it.
Excellent.
I think it's pinned to the top of our Facebook page if you have a look.
Great. We'll get it into the group.
Yeah, we'll definitely share
I'm
that.
excited to see it too. Can't stand that BBL.
So when we did the video, the actor that plays BBL, she is absolutely fantastic. She does such a good job. And you almost want to really love her. And we had to tell people that the point of the ad was not to love BBL, but she's so funny, you kind of connect to her in that way.
Yeah, I think
it was really good.
Just one of the things that obviously connected with us right away, like although we both live in Edmonton, we probably haven't connected in a couple of years. I know we spent some time catching up recently, but we've kind of not spoken in a while. But when we were looking for people to come out and speak for the speaker series every week, what really connects, like you guys are definitely in front of the holiday season. You could see, as I'm looking out throughout your website, perfect gifts for all your favorite people. Visit the holiday shop. Lots of holiday messaging. So we thought that it would be really awesome to have you. So thank you again for joining us and speaking with us today about this. But specifically, what we really liked is that it's evident that you've been planning for the season. You've been planning for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that is fair to say. I think everybody knows this Q4 season has kind of been turned upside down with everything that's been going on. And one thing that we noticed, especially after Amazon moved its Prime Day into Q4, we knew that everyone is holiday shopping early. Like that was very apparent with just consumer trends. So we actually launched that campaign yesterday, so it's still pretty new. But we wanted to make sure that we started November in holiday season. I actually got ads in September for like gift ideas, and I was like, whoa, people have really gotten in front of it. So we decided as a team that we were going to kind of extend the holiday period, and another reason that we did it a little earlier was we have a lot of customers in the States and they're having issues with their postal service, their delivery. So we noticed a lot of people were ordering now to avoid the delivery issues and also stock running out. I think a lot of companies, we struggled with stock over the summer. I don't know about other e-commerce companies, but there was just such a huge surge on e-commerce purchasing that we ran out of things. And I think there's a good possibility it'll happen again. I just was reading a really great report by eMarketer. Ivana, maybe we should make a note. We'll share this in the group as well, in the Facebook group, in the Merchant Mastery Facebook group. But I just saw a report and it was predicting sales trends for this Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And they anticipated that Black Friday is going to be 35% more than it was last year. Cyber Monday is going to be 38% more than it was last year. So all year, we've seen the trends with e-commerce growing. And every year, whether it's a pandemic or not, Black Friday, Cyber Monday is such a big time to drive sales. And we just anticipate it's going to be 35 to 38% bigger this year. Which is huge, because if you think about how big it is usually for companies, and it's very hard to predict in terms of making sure that you've got enough resources, whether it's customer service or stock. It's sometimes a little bit of a gamble. I'm not 100% sure what to expect this Q4.
But one thing you knew was the trends were positive, so let's start early and capture traffic early.
Yeah, we have a few plans as well for November, which I can talk about in a bit.
Oh, great. Yeah, we can't wait to hear that.
Yeah, I was going to say, and Laura, you're the brand manager at Fancii Co, right?
Yes.
So you're the person behind all like the creative, kind of the look and feel of the brand. Can you tell us a little bit about kind of what you do on that end, and how you also, because obviously you couldn't go down to LA to be there to film the advert that you guys did, which is a huge component of your brand and your campaign. So can you tell us a little bit about kind of how that all came together?
Yeah, so my job at the company is, as brand manager, just ensuring that our brand messaging and just general campaign, like creative campaigns and brand awareness, is aligned across all of our different platforms. So whether that's email marketing, social, website, everything forward facing that a customer would see would come through me. So it's a very, there's a lot of strategy in my job, but it's also very creative. And for me, that's the best of both. I love coming up with new ideas with the team, but I also like implementing them too. So it also means that I get to work with everybody on the team, customer service, product development, marketing. So it's a really great job, and it's very different every week.
Yeah, and I should mention, I have seen your work, within Fancii Co and also outside of it, and you really are a brilliant designer, right? It's, I mean, anything that I've kind of seen you come up with is just like, it's really unique, and I think you really have a knack, especially within like the beauty industry. I think you understand the industry so well. So, I mean, they can't go wrong having you as the brand manager. On the
Fangirling moment.
Fangirl moment, yeah. Give me my moment, Scott. But how did you coordinate, amid COVID and everything? How did you guys make that advert even happen? Because I imagine that's, there's some complexity there on top of already existing complexity to even do something like that.
So we knew this year, one of our goals this year was to do a lot more video. We didn't really have the resources last year. We're still a relatively small company, and we have kind of a tight team on the marketing team. So we didn't really get the chance to do a lot of video content last year. So this year, that was like a big goal for us. And I'd say in the spring, this year, we knew that we wanted to do some kind of viral video. We weren't sure what it was going to be, but, as part of our year-long plan, we knew that we needed something. And BBL, Bad Beauty Lighting, was something that we developed last year when we rebranded the company. So when I joined the company about a year and a half ago, I guess I kind of flipped it on its head and changed a lot of things about it, including the brand voice, all of the visuals, and came up with this concept of Bad Beauty Lighting. And so we sort of been talking about BBL through a lot of our marketing, but it was kind of hard to explain to customers because it's not a term anybody else used. We literally made it up to talk about this issue. So we knew we needed some visuals to be able to educate people behind this concept. And so we decided that that's what this viral video was going to be. And we wanted to personify BBL, take this concept and put it into a character and like see where we could go from that. So we came up in-house with a couple of script ideas, but we didn't have the capacity to film it ourselves. So we actually reached out to a company in LA called Bacon and Eggs Media and started working with them in the summer. And they basically took the script idea that we had and wrote it into an ad format. Like I had this very elaborate script where she was going to be doing all these things, and then we sat down with them and they said, well, this ad needs to be kind of snappy and like to the point. And I think I'd sort of written a bit more of a short film. I was so excited about it.
There could be a sequel.
Yeah. So they were so good. They took all of our ideas and pared it back a little bit into like an ad format, which we'd never done before. And we planned to shoot it in July. They did casting calls for the different parts, and they sent in video auditions that they passed on to us, and we sort of watched all these different people audition for the role. we ended up finding Rachel, who played BBL, and her audition was fantastic. She came in like a disco ball outfit, and she just nailed it. We knew that this was the right person for the role. And we planned to film in July, when the restrictions had been lifted. But obviously we're in Canada. I had a couple of co-workers in the States, and the restrictions were different, and California was having some issues at that time. So we pushed it back, and then eventually said, look, I don't think that we're going to get out there, so are you guys okay to do it on your own? And they did. They flew in their own team. They had art directors, makeup artists, actresses. They shot it all in one day. They were so good to us on the day, FaceTiming us, showing us the set. But really, we had to give them a lot of control, like creative control, because we weren't there to say, move this furniture around or change the scene in the background, or, you know, and even the outfits we chose the morning of, because it was very quick. And like we were in a whole other country to kind of plan it. So
the disco ball outfit didn't make the final cut?
Pardon?
The disco ball outfit didn't make the final cut?
Disco ball did make a final cut. She actually wore like a nice shiny shimmery dress, and she was playing with a disco ball, so it did make it in there.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, we kind of handed it over to them and said, please do a good job. And they really did. They did so well. I actually think we were happier with the final edit. We didn't expect it to be that good. Not that we didn't think it would be good, but it kind of went above and beyond.
Raise your hand right now if you really want to see this video. I know I really...
I've already seen it, so I can't, but I'll watch it again.
We're going to share it in the Facebook group after, right? And I think, so you said a couple words here that are sticking out in my mind. Obviously, you strategically planned to have this video ready and launch at this time of year right now. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, actually, we did. We tied this video to a promotion for a bundle of the products that were featured in the film. And that campaign was entirely a lead generation campaign. So we captured email addresses specifically in October before the holiday season, so that we built up our contacts and emails and on Facebook specifically for our marketing this year for holiday.
Excellent. So, and this is fantastic. This is fantastic because this is really fresh. This is a fresh contribution to our ongoing Black Friday discussions. We talk a lot about ads all the time. Like I know you're probably advertising the video and stuff, but you also use the word virality. So would you say, like, you know, we spend a lot of, like, even our agency, we spend most of our time advertising on Facebook. Like that's our lead generation tool, Google as well. But like, talk to me about the virality piece. I presume you're still doing ads, but you said virality. What do you think about that as like a lead generation source? We also we can get more into this, but I also noticed on your website as we were going through it that you're featured in Vogue and like all these big publications. So like, it sounds like there's like a PR media brand awareness initiative that's outside of ads that you have going on.
Yeah, we actually included those press features in the video as well. So there's what we refer to as our social proof is in the video. And then the video ends with a call to action, which is to, you know, visit the site and shop the products that you see in the video to eliminate bad beauty lighting. But in the viral ads, we added an extra slide, which was a lead generator to save $40 on this particular bundle. And that was the first time that we ever really tried something like that. It did work pretty well. And we still have these ads running in different formats. We did the long one, and then we had two 15-second ones as well to kind of run aside of the main ad. But in terms of viral, we just did our best to put it in front of as many people. We put it on all of our platforms, shared it across all of our different medias to get it in front of as many people as possible. And yeah, it's been doing pretty well.
I think that's I imagine it sounds incredible. It's just a good takeaway for a lot of us who are, there's like in our community, we have all kinds of businesses who have been around a long time. They're established. They have enough of a budget to fly in a whole LA crew to come do a commercial in a day, or they're just a startup and this is like their first BFCM or their second Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And I always think like when you're a startup, you don't want to invest too much in ads until you like validate product market fit and start to build an initial community. So I think that's a good takeaway for anybody who's at more of a startup stage is like, what would you say there?
I think we all know that ads and ad spend during the holiday season is crazy. And we knew from last year that we can't rely on ads and getting in front of everybody during the holiday season because it's so saturated. Every company has Black Friday things going out, holiday gifts, everything. So we tried this year to get ahead of that. The cost per ad is also lower if you put the effort in before Q4 kicks off, or I guess October is Q4, but lead generation and building, especially for us, email leads was a huge part. I guess you could say we started our holiday marketing without the holiday marketing part. Like we had kind of a phase one, which was the lead gen. So I do think that that's pretty important. I think sometimes people wait until November when everything kicks off to then try and get in front of people. And sometimes that can be hard, especially if you don't have big budgets or you don't necessarily know who you're supposed to be targeting. You can waste a lot of money that way as well. So that was the other thing with this video. We could see the audience that were watching it. And then from that, we could send retargeting ads to them and kind of put them in almost like a funnel. So it wasn't just one ad. It was if they watched that ad for a certain amount of time, we got information on where they lived, their gender, their age, and then we could retarget them. And this is all before the holiday stuff starts. So our ad cost is slightly less than it's going to be for holiday ads. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like I was just remembering a presentation that I saw at Vonna give, and you had a quote from Klaviyo in there, and it said something like, I can't remember the percentage, but like 64% of people who are going to buy from you on Black Friday, Cyber Monday already know who you are before Q4.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
So
right, yeah.
was that the number 64, 8, maybe it's even higher, like 86% maybe. But the big takeaway there is that right now we're kind of getting like the 3 weeks away from Black Friday. But what you're saying is part of your strategy has been warming up these audiences far before even the holiday campaigns.
Yeah, quite. Yeah, that was a big thing that we tried. We didn't do that last year. And actually last year, we didn't really start our holiday marketing. I actually looked back when I knew I was doing this talk to see what we did last year. And we didn't start until the week of Black Friday. We started on social media, but we didn't release a gift guide. We didn't have anything like that until Black Friday. So, and I think it was maybe the 28th, the 29th last year. It was right at the end of November. So we knew that wasn't really an option this year. So, the BBL video was kind of wrapped and edited in September. So we did have a bit of a crunch to get it out and to figure out what our marketing funnels would look like. And that involved, having the ad out, but also once we captured these leads, what do we do with them? If you just let them sit in your subscriber list, they kind of go dead, right? So we created a funnel of maybe 5 or 6 emails. One of them was introducing the company because we were really targeting people that maybe didn't know of us through this ad, like the humor and the fun. We thought we would capture more attention from cold leads just with the nature of the ad. And then we would educate them in our Klaviyo funnels about us, about our products. And those funnels would last a week or two, and then they're in your November segment list, right? If they're active, and then you're in their mind too. So it was a very multi-layered. It wasn't just the ad. We really had to think about what are we going to do with these leads, right? That's like big money. I think I read somewhere that an email address is worth like $10 or something. It's very high value. So
You're totally speaking our language. I don't know, like I just like lit up when you said that. But what would you say? So out of sort of the different channels, like you have your email marketing, you do your ads. I'm sure there's a certain amount of organic traffic that you get, and just like traffic to your site. What would you say? Where do you see performance being the best? Like, what is the greatest revenue generator for you guys?
Emails.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to guess that, but I was like, no, I don't want to be presumptuous. So I'm very happy to hear that.
Yeah, 100% emails. I guess it depends also what you're trying to achieve. For us, this viral video wasn't about sales necessarily. Obviously, the end goal is to increase revenue, but it was about accumulating new customers that didn't know about us and to get leads. So that was kind of the main goal for that video. And then the sales stuff comes during the holiday season.
We have a question from Ashley about emails, and she wants to know, how many emails do you send per week?
So we used, at the beginning of the year, we sent one a week. Then I'd say once COVID happened and we had a lot more traffic on the site and a lot more purchases, anyone that purchases from us automatically goes into one of our segments. So we were seeing that grow quite a bit. We went up to 2 emails a week, and we've done that maybe like May until September was 2 a week. And we made sure that it was a good variety of content. Like, it wasn't always sales. It was value emails, whether it was a video or an Instagram TV or a blog or something that was a bit more community based. And then if we had a sale or talking about a product, that would be the other email. And then for the holiday season, we have about 3 a week now going out. So we have increased, but we kind of increased because we saw the lists go up. We didn't just decide like we're just going to push all these emails on people. We saw, I don't know if you would say a need for it, but we saw the numbers grow. So we kind of went for it. But when we do product launches and when we do flows, we usually have more dependent on dates, and the last day of a sale maybe gets 2 emails in a day. So, but if we don't have anything in particular going on at the moment, it's 3.
Okay. Question for you. I have a question now.
Yeah.
We've been talking a little bit about planning the holiday campaign. You kind of been ready. You've been building this amazing video, getting it ready for the holiday season. You have the whole ascension path figured out where there's a call to action at the end of the video. You're going to sell a bundle, all this great stuff. What have you been planning for the big BFCM weekend? Are you like, specifically, my question would be, like, what is your plan from November 26th to December 6th? Do you guys have like a pre-sale? Do you have a Black Friday sale? Is it just the Friday? Does it go all weekend? Do you have a Cyber Monday sale? Is it too early to announce this? Let us know.
I have a November 12th plan. So something that we're trying this year is we use Klaviyo, and we have a lot of success using the segments in Klaviyo. We don't actually send out blanket emails to everybody. We never really have. They're very hyper-focused on performance, people that have purchased, people that have like opened emails. So this year we are trying something new, and we're pulling a segment of our VIP customers. So people that have spent a certain amount of revenue on the site, we're doing a secret sale. So because everything's kicking off early and everyone's doing their shopping now, I didn't really want to just rely on Black Friday, right? I think people are getting ahead of it. So something that we're trying, and I don't know how it's going to go, but we are doing a 3-day secret sale for that specific segment of people. So if you're not in that list, you're not going to get the email.
Yeah, so everybody go sign up now and secret, don't tell anybody, but just go sign up.
And buy some things.
And buy some stuff so you get on that VIP list. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're actually focusing on our best customers, and we're going to see how that goes. So they get a certain discount that will ever so slightly best our Black Friday discount. So we're going to be very clear with them that what's coming up for Black Friday might not be as good as what they're getting now, and we're going to see how well it does.
And that's November 12th that you're starting that first initiative, right? Just to clarify there.
Pardon?
Like, is that November 12th that first like VIP sale starts?
Whatever next Thursday is.
Okay, so it's right now, like it's right away. And then so the first thing that you're doing is this like secret sale for VIP, people who have bought from you in the past.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Okay, and then what?
So that one will just be subscribers. It won't go on social, won't go anywhere else. Then we will be doing a week-long Black Friday this year. So last year we did Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This year we're doing Monday to Sunday. And another thing we're changing, last year we had a few different deals going on. So Cyber Monday deal was slightly different to Black Friday deal. But I think this year with everything that's going on, people are looking for value deals. So instead of doing like the buy one, get one or anything like that, we have decided to do a week-long Black Friday, and we're marking things down between 20 and 30%. And that's reliant on our margins on the products. So depending on how good the margins are, there'll be a higher discount on there. But we made the decision to sort of do more of a value-based rather than a quantity-based, if that makes sense. Because I think people in general this holiday season are shopping for deals, and there's a lot more concern about finances, just in general. So we decided to take that approach, which was is a little different to what we did last year.
Yeah, it's a common theme this year. We're seeing a lot of that too. It's like people may not have as much disposable income at this juncture. So the value-based is actually offering them a little extra, a little added benefit, I guess. Like we're seeing a lot of I was thinking of the gift with purchases is because it's like I get to buy a gift, I get to receive a gift, I can give that gift as a gift. It's just like a whole lot of gift sharing.
Yeah, we also are contemplating doing that. So again, before Black Friday, we want to build our leads up. So we have an advertising manager who before every sale does a lead gen ad. So she'll put the ad out to lookalike audiences of influencers that we work with. We have quite a few influencers in North America. And the great thing with working with them on Facebook is we can pull these lookalike audiences, which is like demographic, location, everything, and retarget our own ads to their types of people. So one thing we're going to try is offering a gift with purchase to people that sign up, and that will happen before the sale. Just again, for us, like the email leads are worth the most money for us. So
are you doing are you using a lead form ad on Facebook to generate those lists?
Yeah, exactly. And then they end up in Klaviyo, and then flows will be built for those signups. For
anyone who's been following us over the last 6 weeks, we've been talking a lot about Black Friday. I promise we didn't pre-speak to Laura. This is the same thing that we have been recommending. Is like right now, this is what everybody can do today. If you're not already doing it, go on Facebook and run a lead form ad, so you can get people to start signing up for early access to your Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals. As Laura pointed out, and as we've been pointing out, the cost to advertise over Black Friday, Cyber Monday is going to go up. Your CPMs are going to double. That means your cost to reach 1,000 people on Facebook is going to go up. It's going to double. So we want to start advertising now while it's not as competitive. And the ads we want to do is build the email list, so we can run a lead form, just getting people to opt in to be the first to get access and see your offers.
Yeah, and I think determining what you can offer them is really good. Obviously, you can't outdo your Black Friday plans, but is there something else that you can offer instead just for that sign up, something that they wouldn't get normally? So for us, we have like a cosmetic bag that we think we're going to try. So everything on the site will be discounted on the site. And then if they sign up through this lead gen, they'll get a code to put in at checkout and the bag gets added to their order. So it's almost like a thank you gift, I suppose. But again, it's something new. We haven't tried that before. Usually for Black Friday and for most of our promotions and sales, we have codes. But this time we're going to discount directly on the site and see.
I have a couple more questions, but if anybody else has a question, obviously Laura and Fancii Co have it dialed in. You're sharing a ton of great information. Everything you say is like on par with or even more advanced than what we're seeing in the market right now. So thank you for sharing your wisdom. If anybody wants to pick Laura's brain, this would be the time. You can pop your question into the chat. But I'm going to ask you a question while we wait and see if some more questions come in. With, like you said, Black Friday this year is going to be a full week. You said from Monday to the end of Sunday, was it?
Yeah.
Now, are you announcing that from the beginning? Like, are you saying our Black Friday sale starts now and it goes to Sunday, or is it like you extend it along the way? No, you say the dates up front.
Yeah, we're going to be very open with all the sales. Sometimes I think if you hold back information, people hang around and they put off purchasing if they think maybe like the Cyber Monday deal might be better. I find I've seen some people do that before and it's really frustrating. Like they do a sale and then to really get the last, the buyers, they'll just add a little more on the end, but then everyone else that's purchased is like, I already got my stuff. So I hate things like that. So we don't do that. So we'll be very transparent that it will start here, it will end here, and then they have a whole week to shop, right? We do find that our customers, a lot of them are in the States, so they're looking at Ulta, they look at Target, and they kind of shop around to see where they can get the best deal. So sometimes the like pushing them to buy quickly works, but I don't think that's going to work this year because I think people are a little bit more conscious where they're putting their money.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I've actually got a lot of questions over the last couple of weeks as people are kind of trying to figure out their offers and things, and everybody's like brainstorming different things, and some are doing like the tier discounts and different things. But like one thing that I have that has come up before is where somebody had an idea to like essentially the Black Friday sale was better than what they had even offered their VIPs. So then it's like, well, me as a VIP, then what makes me VIP if you're giving a better sale to everybody else? So I think that's something really to keep in mind. And then if you are doing, the tiered things, kind of like what you said, well, if you bought something on Friday, Cyber Monday comes and it's an extra 10%, I won't be ticked off about that, right? So then you don't want to get a bunch of emails of people being like wanting price adjustments and like you're just asking for trouble there. So I think what I've seen work good there too is like, merchants will sort of discount different collections on different days. So it'd be like the same discount, say it's 20% or whatever, 50% if you want to go all out. But then it'd be like one day is, I don't know, dresses, the other next day is jackets, the next day is whatever. However, you kind of like do it by collection or something like that, so that you sort of try to keep the customer complaints to a minimum. But I have also seen other merchants where it's like they only have the one day, like it's Black Friday, that's their sale. It's like they're very strict on that, and they don't extend it. So I think we've been conditioned to kind of assume
Ivana
that.
has a really heartbreaking story about.
Is it going to be my jacket? It's going to be my jacket story, isn't it? Do I even tell it again? I'm just still so hurt by it, and it happened last year. But anyway, this short story is like Zara, for example, they only have their sale on Friday, and I know that now because I showed up on Saturday last year, and the jacket I wanted was 50% off the day before. So
you bought it anyway, though.
I bought it anyway, but it hurt because it was 50%
Yeah, that
off the day before. So just a cautionary tale for everyone. There's some heartbreak happening over Black Friday too. But.
So Laura, are you like? That's a full week that you're kind of transparent, you're upfront. These are big Black Friday sales. It's happening all week. Do you ramp up that 2 emails per week schedule during that time?
Yeah, we will. And when it gets toward the end, we usually do a few reminders. So we'll do like a 48-hour, we'll do a 24-hour, then we'll do a last few hours on the last day. So we definitely do that. Even on our product launches, we've been this year, when we do product launches, doing the same concept as sales. So we'll launch the product, we'll send regular emails educating people about what the product is, and then have an early bird pricing. So usually it's like $20 off. It's a dollar amount off for a week. And we've seen that week is like the best sales week that we have in the month when we do that. And then, we will do only a few days left, and then that deal's gone.
And then Sunday ends, and I wake up on Monday morning.
Yeah.
What's happening next? Is there a Cyber Monday sale?
I'm not sure if we are doing a Cyber Monday this year, actually.
Actually, someone just asked this very question, and maybe we could repeat it. Martin asked, can Laura repeat the days of the week her sale will be for BFCM?
Yes. I'm very bad with dates, though. So I think it's the 22nd, Monday the 22nd, all the way to Sunday.
Which is like the 30th?
I think it's the
29th.
29th. Yeah, 29th.
Monday to Sunday.
Okay. And then this is a bit of a surprise, actually, is that no Cyber Monday sale?
I'm not sure. Okay. We haven't made our mind up. We have our secret sale that's not so secret anymore to figure out. And then we've got our Black Monday. We might just see how we go, because the other thing that I'm keeping in the back of my mind is that we actually have been selling out when we do our product launches. And so I don't want to plan and advertise another sale if we don't have much stock.
Right. That's the other issue. You need to be able to deliver on inventory.
Exactly. And we actually this year have got some really amazing partnerships with some retailers like Target and Neiman Marcus and Costco and Indigo. And they also ordered a lot of inventory for Q4 because they're doing the same thing. So that was something that we didn't necessarily plan on having, all of these retailers at the end of the year. So our stock kind of got split a little bit because, having everything sent out, and with COVID, manufacturing slowed down quite a lot. So I'm just quite conscious of not over promising.
This is a good takeaway I'm taking away right now. And it's kind of reinforcing some concerns I had with Black Friday. Like, it's a big season. There's a lot at stake. There's a lot of planning. There's a lot of things involved. But the takeaway I'm having is, yes, it's really smart to plan. Don't wait till the week before Black Friday to plan your sales. Have a plan in place, but it's okay to have a little bit of flexibility in there. We want to keep an eye on like what Black Friday trends are working for other businesses. Who's launching early? Who's extending? Do I have inventory? So there's got to be a little bit of flexibility with it. And maybe November 12th is the secret sale. And if things add up right, then you can have your top secret sale on Cyber Monday.
Yeah, never know. We could add something else in there too. But to be fair, we're pretty flexible because we have a small team. We've kind of, I wouldn't say we've got it down to an art, but we do have a system now that we follow. And so we are able to kind of pivot on decisions if we have to, which is nice. And that just comes with repeating the same format and finding out what works for us as well. There's been wins and things that didn't go as well, but every time you learn from them, right? You just pick the one that works next time.
Absolutely. Looks like we have another question pop in. This one is from Orion. And the question is, how important is the lead in weeks? How important is the lead in weeks for preparing your customers? I have a BFCM plan, but I feel behind in boosting engagement. Like, how important is it to be like planning weeks ahead? I think was the question.
I think the reason that we have the luxury to do it this year is because we didn't do it last year, right? It's not like we've done it all the time. Last year, like I mentioned, we didn't start until a couple of days before Black Friday, and we didn't have anybody doing ads or anything. And it still went pretty well. But for us, knowing that ahead of time has been really good so that we can kind of come up with a plan. And I won't lie, it does help. Like, it does help to get those leads and to be organized. But I don't know, I think it depends on your customer as well. Like some people don't like getting bombarded with things ahead of time. But I never think it's a bad idea to be in front of them. Like you don't necessarily have to be talking sales and whatnot just to be visible. It could be, like for us, we're double posting on social media now. Like that's free. But we're popping up more frequently for people. So it's just, I guess it's the little things. But I do understand, like even for me, all of Black Friday and product launches in general is very overwhelming. And by no stretch of the imagination do we have it down to a T. A lot of it is we're still winging it and seeing what sticks. But it does get better with experience, I think. And trying new things. Something else this year that we're thinking of is SMS messaging. I noticed Klaviyo brought that out in the summer. I was like, I wonder how we could use this. So I'm not sure if we haven't decided. Again, like we still have things that we haven't ironed out completely, but
we got a big yes from Orion about the SMS. Yes with an exclamation mark. So
yeah. But also just have fun. Like I think this holiday season is so stressful. Like when it comes to planning things and second guessing what you think customers want to see, like if you just continue your brand messaging and just don't get like down the rabbit hole about it, just be your usual like brand self, it does make it a little easier. It's very easy to get overwhelmed this time of year, like for everybody, even as a buyer. Like, there's so many messages coming at you, like then you end up doing maths. Like no one wants to do maths to figure out what the best deal is or who they should go with. Like it should just be very simple. Just make everything very simple. There's too much going on for people to have to figure stuff out.
Yeah, that's a good point. And Yvonne, or were you going to touch on that?
I was just going to say, I think really there's kind of like two camps of buyers. There's the impulse ones that they're going to just see a 30% off sale somewhere, and maybe they didn't need another shirt, but they're going to buy it because it's 30% off. And then there's people that make a list, like they know specific things that they want to get on Black Friday, and they're just monitoring, have Google alerts going and are just monitoring for sales for those specific things. So there's ways to capture both of those. But I see there's a comment that came in from Jason, and he says, one general tip I'd share is to stay flexible. If something like the US election is on people's minds, marketing messages, even from brands they like, may not go well. So what are your thoughts on that?
Our sales went down during all of that, right? People are distracted and you can't control a lot of what people are focusing on. Like if stuff is happening in the States, and like I said, I'd say 80% of our customers are from the States. So that's a huge portion of our buyers, and you're not going to get record sales every week. It's okay if they go down. You just need to have a plan for like the next week. But people need a break, especially with everything going on. But for us, we did notice there's a lot, especially on social media, which, we like to rely on for messaging and branding. There's so much other stuff floating around now that it's hard to get seen. So don't force it. You're just going to stress yourself out. It's okay. Like things go like this. But
you sound so fun to work on a BFCM campaign. We need that calm energy. I like that. And we're in this, we gotta have fun. I think so. Orion was saying, just I'm gonna put a little disclaimer here. We got about 9 minutes left here, but I just want to. We're gonna keep the conversation going all the way to the end here. But Orion was saying, I think it was Orion. You were saying how important is the lead time. The good news is, I know you're saying you feel like you're behind. It is not too late right now. And Laura had pointed out that they are doing lead form ads on Facebook. We are certainly doing lead form ads on Facebook for a lot of campaigns right now. And Martin just asked, can you discuss Facebook lead forms more? So this is the thing that Orion and Martin, both of you are asking about this. You could go do this right now. And this is like the cost per acquisition, the cost to acquire a customer over BFCM is going to go up. We know that. So the thing that you can do today, you don't even have to decide on your offer. You don't even have to decide on your email campaigns. You just got to run a lead form ad that drives people to an early access list. So you can go on there and just say, sign up. You're going to be the first to know about our offer. The next thing you're going to need to do is come up with your offer plan. Like, what is my Black Friday offer? What's my Cyber Monday offer going to look like? And then just make sure you get all that into emails so that you can email the people that signed up on that list over the weekend.
I will say with that though, if you do get emails now, there's still a bit of time before the sale. So don't ignore them. Like, don't get that email and then be like, okay, I'm just going to wait a couple of weeks and then I'll email you. Maybe set a couple of emails up in a flow, or, you know, pick a couple of dates, just one to say even thank you for signing up, so that you need to build that connection and foster that lead a little bit, right? You can't rely on that person waiting a couple of weeks and then being like, oh, now they're back again. I'm interested in what they're doing. So
that's a good point. Like, if you do have the time, I know one of Ivana's favorite things for these early access lists is like an automated email that sends them like a gift guide or like bestsellers and kind of like primes them on that product, so that when BFCM comes, they're like, oh, I already know that product. There's a discount on it. I'm going to get it.
There's so many things you can do. You can send them to blogs. You can introduce your company, write a little bit about you if they're new people that haven't interacted with you before. But just send them something before you spam them with sales stuff, because people don't like that.
Or go ahead, Ivana.
I was just gonna say, I 100% agree with that. It's easy. At least have like a welcome one, which is so easy to set up. But just welcome them, introduce them to your brand, and then, you know, if you can, send them something else, because there's still 3 weeks. And I completely agree with you. If they don't hear from you in 3 weeks, and look at all the stuff that's happening, like, people are just gonna forget, you know. And I think, like, with lead forms too, just about, like, you know, the timing and, like, is it too late? Honestly, I launched one on Monday for a client, and they're already sitting at 160 leads at 13 cents a lead. So 13 cents to acquire an email is a pretty good bargain. And, you know, we keep monitoring that too, to see if we can get it even lower. But that's 160 people we didn't have last week.
Exactly.
Sorry, I was just going to ask, Michelle Weldon here is asking if you have any input on the best type of copy and images to use on lead forms.
I think it depends on your brand voice. It has to, like I said, part of my job is making sure that our messaging is consistent over everything. So our brand voice, we try and have like a more of a humorous tone. So I make sure that that's in all of our email copy. Another thing for the holidays is that we don't like pivot on visuals and how we speak. I think sometimes when you do like a holiday campaign, it's easier to make it like, here's holiday, and people actually don't recognize your brand anymore because you've gone a little too far the other way. So we made sure that you could still tell that the ads, that the images and everything were from us, but there was like a holiday theme. So not going too far astray from what you would usually do. But I think conversational, like I always find that conversational copy is the best. Like, you don't want to talk to a robot. You want to speak to a person, right? Whether it's on social or in emails. I always think make it funny, and then people like it.
And you can A/B test all of this stuff too. You know, like even with lead forms, like we'll usually have accompanying like a flyout or something like that on the website as well. And you can very easily A/B test that with something like Klaviyo or, you know, a bunch of other apps that you do that too. But sometimes the things that you think are going to do really well end up not. You know, like sometimes I tested one with like a hilarious GIF that I thought was just so funny. I thought it was going to do great, and then one was just a still image of the product. And the still image outperformed that GIF by a mile. Like it wasn't even there was no competition. And I was shocked because I thought it was, as I was like setting it up, I was laughing to myself that it was going to be.
Like we test these things all the time. Like Ivana's saying, one of the things we see work all the time is just like product images with a white background.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, you know, we want to split test both things. It might be different, like Laura's saying, though, what your brand voice is. Like, you know, maybe you have minimal branding and messaging already, but like split test things, and you don't need to always go so over the top, like Laura was saying too.
That's actually something I didn't mention, but every single email that we send out, we A/B test. So we send it to a very small portion. These are our weekly emails. We send it to a very small portion. We usually test subject lines, make quite a big difference, and shorter and longer emails we've tested. And having the buttons in the header versus having the buttons a bit further down. We have a few things that we test, but every single email, we never send an email out without testing it. And then we do, I think it's just called a split test, right? They take like a portion of the audience, whichever one does the best, that's what the majority get. And we do that on every single email.
Yeah, really good insight as we near the end here. I think you got to split testing. You got to try different things, but make sure you're tracking and measuring what's working. And that's kind of where you want to pivot. And it kind of aligns with Jason just added a really good piece of advice there. He said, my personal thought are not to stop whatever your plans for the season are, but be sensitive to what's going on out there. The beauty of email is that people can open them and come back to them later. I think that kind of ties in really well with our conversation today is that we have a plan, but we have some room for flexibility as well. And we want to be fun, right, Laura?
Fun. It should be fun. Marketing should be fun. Otherwise, it's just boring and no one's interested. That's how I think of it.
and on that note, I'm really I can't wait to see this video. We're going to share it into the Facebook group. And what a great conversation today. Thank you for everybody who's tuning in live here right now. We love you guys. We've been seeing you every week here. And we really appreciate you coming in and contributing to the conversation. I think today was really, really great having some of the back and forth with everybody here. And of course, Laura, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. This is fun.
You bet. And then, so everybody, next week, we have a really, really special speaker that we just locked in this week. And we haven't even announced it yet. So I'm going to announce it right now. We have a speaker coming from Sezzle, who I know that Fancii Co is using. And Ivana, can you tell us a little bit about who's speaking from Sezzle next week?
Yeah, we have Ryan Boonstar joining us. He's an account executive there. And I think Sezzle is a really good one to have on right now, especially, we talked about how people have less expendable income, so maybe they can't drop $200 right away.
What is Sezzle?
So Sezzle will give, it basically gives you the option to pay in installments. You don't have to drop $200 right away. You can maybe do it 4 payments of $50. And they're an app. They integrate really nicely with Shopify. And I'm excited to have him on here and tell you guys a little bit more about it.
So awesome, Sezzle. If you have high ticket items, you can do payment plans. I think that's such a good way to lower the risk and get people to commit. Major value add. Sezzle's also blowing up as a company. They're just massively hiring and growing, and I'm seeing them everywhere. So we're so excited to have them next week. And everybody, we hope to see you again then. And thanks for attending. Have an awesome rest of your Friday. And we will see you again next week. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Bye.